It's Kirk and Callahan.
Tremendous effort.
Tremendous.
By both teams tonight.
They chose Trump over winning.
Come on. Stop it. If it helps, and I'll say it right to the camera, stop it.
Seattle.
You talk about a guy who eliminates all distraction.
Edelman, who makes a leaping grab and then lost the football.
With Kirk Minahan.
There is no God.
Composing hallelujah.
Minahan went off on Christianity and stuff the other day. I'd love to do an iPod with him.
Yet it is over.
You don't know that.
He's left to just sit there and spew.
I'm not giving up, and neither should you.
Are you going to try and put her in jail?
I'm going to think about it.
Because you'd be in jail.
They're good people.
And Jerry Callahan.
All kinds of action in the end zone. They look for a flag. They see none.
I mean, it didn't get called.
And Seattle's going to win it.
Look, I'm not going to get into specific calls. I mean, we'd be here all night.
What a finish.
There was a lot of contact.
It is what it is.
Tom Brady, maybe at age 29, gets it there with no problem.
We just came up short.
On Sports Radio WEEI.
I was just looking during the break at Twitter, and people are still tweeting. There's a fairly large contingent of Patriots fans who think that was a PI against Gronk last night. It wasn't even close.
They're wrong.
Rather, he was more of a,
I would say
not
that
against
if
Gronk,
they were,
but against him. He was violated.
If the flag came out, I think it would have been on Gronk. But
I don't. I think
he
if they
initiated
I
the
think,
contact.
I think if they'd thrown a
about,
flag, it would have been against
but
Seattle. It would have been the wrong.
Chancellor was falling
backwards. Would have been the wrong call, but
right.
I could see them panicking and doing it.
I don't. You didn't hear a lot of complaints in the locker room.
Not even Brady. He wasn't that worked up.
Even the most pro-patriot pundit is not upset about that. Maybe a few fans, but it was not a PI.
You didn't like that play.
I hate the play.
I like the
hate
one at
the
Gronk
phase.
there. He's their best receiver. He's the best
I told
tight end in football.
Fake the fade,
one-on-one,
boom,
Cam
in for the
Chancellor.
slant.
Just didn't execute it.
But you saw so many fades on the day. They don't work.
I saw a fake spike fade to Antonio Brown in the end zone.
Yeah.
What happened there?
That was a pretty cool play. That's because they caught him by surprise. But that's the defense's fault. I think it's easier to defend the fade than it would be bringing Gronk over the middle, especially if it's one-on-one. If he's got help in the middle, that's one thing. But if he goes out and then back in, maybe. But if they get the call, they still don't. They have 11 seconds at the one.
With a timeout, though.
So they get 2 plays.
They definitely get 2 plays.
Yeah.
And maybe a third.
Nah,
they work
11
really,
seconds?
Brady takes 2-3 seconds.
No.
If you run
if they
one,
run your the magic slant play you want.
Come on, work it
All right,
out.
we got lots of calls.
Hang on.
We have people who are there. We had somebody call in the last hour and say Ron was his name?
Mike's cousin.
Mike
in a cushion.
Mike in a cushion said his nephew was at the
might have been high though.
Comics Come Home.
That's true. And he also said
And
there was
he
a fight
said-
after, but
Yeah.
then he wasn't sure.
And he said he heard people using the N-word at the Orpheum. You asked him if they yelled it, and he said yes. Right?
Well, for her to have heard it, they would have had to yell it.
And it was the Garden, not the Orpheum.
Yeah, the Garden.
So the Garden. I went to it. It was at the Orpheum. And
Nobody
I don't
cares.
believe that. I think that's not true.
What?
And
You don't believe
someone
what?
used the N-word to Wanda
Of course,
Sykes
of
in front of all these people
Sitting in a crowd,
Boston,
of course.
in the Garden.
Now the question is,
booed
will
her
Wanda,
off stage.
Wanda Sykes' agent said she's going to release a statement today. Is she going to actually play that card?
Could be.